you got it rolling there. Rolling. All right. My camera lady just came back. Been bull crapping around all morning. It's about 12 o'clock now. So we did some work without the camera rolling because I didn't have nobody to film it. But I will explain to you what happened. So we boxed all this in, some of this in yesterday. And what we're trying to do, we're going to get it situated where I can build some doors to go back here on the back later on. But I wanted to case all this in and make it one solid unit up here across the front. So I got some sheet metal, a solid across the back, got it welded. I got some 12 gauge C-channel up under the bottom, got it welded. Got some more 12 gauge up at the top, filled in all the gaps, all the corners, got everything welded up solid. So that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to try to do here in the next couple of hours is I'm going to grind this stuff down here where it's going to be smooth back here. And at least on the bottom. I may leave that weld up there on the top. But I'm going to grind this from the top of the corner right here down. I'm going to grind it off where it's smooth. And I'm going to want to try to get this thing cut loose from the table where I got it tight welded, and I want to pick it up. I want to pick it up and set it up on some legs, about 16 inches or whatever, because I got some work up under the fender wells I need to do, and I got some work on the back side of these fenders. I need to go down a little bit more. So I need this thing picked up off the ground, but I want it to get it all welded up solid before I cut it loose. That way it don't try to twist on me. And I think we've reached that point now that I can cut it loose and we'll be pretty safe. But for right now, I'm going to grind some of this weld down and polish it up a little bit, and we'll move forward. All right, so we got it cut loose from the table. This is the first time I've had it cut loose from the table since I started building it. And what we're going to do is we're going to jack it up. We're going to put some temporary legs up under it on the corners here, just to hold it up where I can work on it and do what I need to do, because it needs to extend on down some. So we don't have any way to pick it up with my boom truck there up under here without getting up there, taking a piece of tin off and doing a whole lot of unnecessary work. So what we're going to do is just use this floor jack. We're going to jack it up about where we want it, and then we're going to put some temporary legs up under there where it needs to be at. So that way I can go ahead and bring my fenders on down about 8 or 10 more inches. I can get my rim axle set up under it where I want it, and I can finish the rest of it, when I get it done. We look good all the way around, 14 7/8. That's what we want. All right, we're gonna get set up and figure out what we're gonna do next, and then we'll come back. Here's I want to extend this fender on down some, probably about, I think about 8 inches. I want to bring it on down a little bit. Same thing over here. I'm gonna bring it on down just a little bit at the back. And got a couple brackets that I'm gonna make me a bracket over here somewhere for air cleaner that I'm gonna make to sit on it. So we just got another one of these plates here. And you've seen it 3 or 4 times already throughout this process. We're just gonna put some grooves in it where we can roll it around, get the shape I want, and we'll go from there. I think this may be the last plate we have to cut like this. I may can cut it in half and get both sides out of it, or I may have to cut another one. Hopefully I can get it with this one. We'll see. Maybe one day I can make enough money off of YouTube, I can buy me some new work pants, because I come out here this morning, that hole was about half that size. Now it's done doubled. I don't know if it caught on fire when I wasn't looking or what. Them sparks eat you up. Matter of fact, go get some of that duct tape. Where'd you put it at? Duct tape. Run out and go get some of that. Gorilla tape comes in good handy. They're here, not ready for trash. We'll take them off the tape. Probably it. Some of the cities plans. Some fenders. Some yachts. The deep is pretty good. Hold up. Better than any other brand out. Still, they can only take so much to crawl around. Cut, spark. That little gun's what blew most of them holes in that parking right there. Take this, I want to see if we can bend it like we bent the other ones. Now that's a lot of little cutting in there, all that little grooving. This is 2 foot long with 23 cuts in it. So it's equivalent, it's a foot wide, 2 foot long, 23 cuts. So it's equivalent to making a groove cut in a piece of metal 23 foot long. So that's pretty long. That's longer than your average vehicle. So that's pretty good, a little bit of grind there. come back here. We'll put it up here where we want it, and then I'll cut it off. And that one there is getting close to falling all the way off anyway. If it's at least 8 inches, that's what we want. That's 10 inches. So we just want to come down at least another 8. So that's going to be good enough. So what we're going to do here, we're going to pop it, we're going to weld it, we're going to roll it around with an eyeball. So we got 10 inches here. We got 10-inch plate here, and that should be more than enough than what I want to add on to the side here. So we'll put the cuts to the outside. All right. See, what I'll do here is I'll just bend that thing around where I feel like I want it. And that's not where I want it. So these top two are still a little stiff bending. So what do I need? I need a radius. That'll come on down, and that's coming out. So whatever it is I do, I got to do it twice. So kind of need me something I can form around. Let me go see if I can find, well, here's some right here. What is this? All right, we got us a piece of air hose or something here. We're just gonna kind of lay it up there and let it be a radius around for us. And we'll come up. See, that's like a pretty good little radius. You come up there. Let's see something. I need it to stick in a certain spot. We'll take this electrical line here, we'll push it in there some. We'll see if we can make that hose a little bit stiffer. That's a little bit stiffer. We didn't get it up in there real far, but we got it far enough. Yeah. So again, we'll come here and we'll mark it where I want it to be at here. I think we'll go in just a little bit. I think we were 8, we were 9 3/8 right there where it bent. So we'll go from 9 3/8, and we may go down to I go to 8 3/4. That would be 5/8 of an inch and about 10 inches. We'll see what it looks like. 8 3/4. Yep. So we'll have to let that cool just a little bit. Get that marker out just a little bit more. All right, we'll go with that outside mark. Yeah, it got hard, it bent. It bent a little bit, but we can straighten it out. Tip. I want to get close to it. So I just want to kind of gauge it, see what I am from that corner. It looks like about 4.5. That corner. But at the same time, we welded on something too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got more on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it should have come off right there. All right, we did something. I got ahead of myself, but it should come off right here. All right, so we got to make sure we got the same amount of gap there. If you don't have the same amount of gap, you square it up, it's going to be off. So we're still off a little bit. We're off 1/4 inch. And the 1/4 inch could be the difference in the cutting the grooves here. You know, just because I say there's 10 spaces, the blade could be off a fraction of an inch on a couple of them, and over 8 or 10 of them, it would make you be off a little bit. So we'll go back and mark it. We're going to have to go with the shortest one, which is 6 inches. but at the same time, we may not be out far enough. So if we have to push that thing out, it'll pick it up. So let's get it out. I said 4.5 is what we need it to be. Just make sure we're going to be 4.5, at least 4.5, and then we'll know whether we got to cut it again. So if you go cutting it too fast, you may come up short. So right there with 3, right here would be 4.5, so it does have to come out. So it's going to go up as it comes out. Yep. It would have been a good idea not to weld it solid until we got it cut up where we wanted it. Yep, so it's 3.5. Yeah, 4.5. So we got to make some adjustments here. So to get that thing to come up, we need to weaken them welds a little bit to get it to move. And at the same time, we don't want it to move too much. Right there with 4. Let's weaken it up a little bit. We got it weakened up a little bit. You can tell when you're weakening it, you can move it with your hands. You weaken it. All right, so check it again. I can tell we're getting close. Four and a quarter. Four and 7/16. 4.5. We're close enough. So, just for kicks, where's that piece of board? So I can see I got a dip right here on this corner, and I'm thinking my fender went down just a little bit further than what I needed to go. I got about a 1/2 inch dip right there. I'm going to fix it. So what I would have to do here is I'll have to come back here. I would have to try to cut it loose. So that looks better. So the more you get close enough originally, the less you'll have to do when you start coming back finishing, trying to finish it up. So yeah, that's better. I hate working with gloves on. I don't like working with gloves on, but it's necessary. You don't want to get burnt. The world. Yeah. And what I may do is I got to build me a little pad here to set my breathers on. So I'm gonna end up welding a little bit more sheet metal around the edge there than what we got. So I'm gonna tighten this up here. Like I said, I could have went with a lot lighter gauge metal, and I could have made this real easy, bending them fenders. But that's not what I wanted. I'm not looking to get something quick, fast, and then I got some little flimsy, raggedy fenders. I want thick, solid metal. It'll take me a little bit more time to get what I want like that, but it'll be worth it in the end. So we'll end up with the same over here. We'll mark it. We said 9 3/8 up top. And what did it end up being down there? 8 3/4. We're gonna have to put some kind of little temporary brace on here because we're gonna be bending and pulling on this stuff here for a little bit, and we don't want it all bending up out of shape. So we're gonna find us a little piece of scrap. We're gonna tight weld it up there where it don't move on us too much. the next thing we're going to do is take the torch and we're going to heat them up. I'm going to fold these around, and then we're going to make a decision whether I'm going to cut some metal, and I'm going to cut it on a radius and put it up here and tack weld it, or I'm going to tack weld these and add some to the front. I haven't really made up my mind which way I'm going to go with it, but that's what we're getting ready to do. So